What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Banner Report podcast. I am your host, Cody Adams, and as always, I'm joined here by my co-host, Steve Crowley and Jacob Pierce, and we are coming to you live on June 7th, Sunday, 2026, in between Game 2 and Game 3 of the NBA Finals, where New York is up 2-0 after taking 2 in San Antonio. Boys, I mean, I did not predict that we would be here. I don't think any of us would have predicted we'd be here, but New York is rocking. They're feeling good, and as they should be. A series doesn't start till you lose at home, and the Spurs lost twice, and now they're fighting an uphill battle. Can the alien do it? Can the Knicks pull off history here? Was it 14 in a row for them?
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
14
Since
in
like
a row
April.
since April. The Spurs now have to go 5-0, essentially.
4-0.
4-0. Jesus. Math is hard.
Best of 9 series in the finals, baby. I love it. Adam Silver's league.
Yeah, expansion's coming. Maybe it will become for that. But yeah, the Spurs basically have to win out here to avoid being down 3-0. What do we think?
Young team. I mean, Victor Wembanyama said it. Like, they're young. I mean, they're inexperienced. They've shown their inexperience in the first 2 games, but he also said that their inexperience is just a superpower for them because they don't know what's impossible yet. So I can see this team pulling out some crazy shit and going on a streak against the Knicks too. I haven't seen anything that's not repeatable for them.
I mean, they certainly have the talent, right? And everybody came into the series except for maybe, the Knicks lovers out there came in predicting them to be the favorites to win this series. This is very, and Jacob, I think you said it to us, this is very reminiscent of the Celtics 22 finals where it's everything on paper. This is the better team. They're going against the veterans who have been here, battle-tested, and they should win the series and become NBA champions, but they came up short because of a litany of reasons, inexperience being one, the veteran experience on the other side. But the Knicks are doing the damn thing, and it feels very reminiscent of when the Warriors did it to the Celtics. So I'm not saying that's how it will go. Lord knows that the Spurs could go on an absolute tear here. I mean, you don't win 2 games by accident, right? So I could see it turning around. It's just that the turnovers, the lack of shots, and the Knicks just playing their game, playing into how the Knicks play. Really is killing them because the Knicks, honestly, they haven't even statistically played that well, right? Like the Spurs outshot them in Game 2 in terms of true scoring percentage. It's just that the Knicks are playing Knicks basketball. Everything is tough. Everything is slow. Everything is on their own accord. They're turning the ball over and scoring in transition. And yeah, Jalen Brunson's good enough to seal the deal at the end. So it's crazy. Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, like you're saying. I mean, like Brunson's not even been efficient. He's been getting his totals, but yeah, like we haven't seen the best version of Brunson. Who knows if we will too, because like we kind of said opening the series, like the Spurs do have pretty tremendous guard defense. So who knows? Maybe and the Knicks will take this. They're up 2-0, so like it could continue trending this way, where kind of like they're relying on their taller wings and Cat to kind of buoy the offense and their bench. But yeah, I mean I could have seen the Knicks taking 1 of these, but 2 is pretty crazy. That's for sure. And people keep pointing back to the Bucks-Suns series where the Suns are up 2-0. Funny enough, Mikal is on that team too. But also the Bucks had lost both away. So, and they're going back to Milwaukee. So it's very different. That's not really fair. I mean, it could end up the same way, but this is a very different situation where the Spurs squandered it. I feel like they could have easily won, or not easily, but they could have won Game 1. That was almost like a coaching mishap too, because they're young top to bottom. Like Mitch Johnson's so young too. Like how they didn't play Dylan Harper like really at all in that fourth quarter when they blew that lead. And then this last game, obviously, we saw Wemby's absolute fuck up. Who knows? It's funny. I mean, obviously, Castle might have should have maybe looked for the ball, but it's obviously on Wemby first. That's for sure.
You can't throw that pass when the guy's like you just. Yeah, I know he's trying to get out in transition, but that is just 2 guys not on the same page.
No. Yeah,
really.
And Castle's not even a lead guard. Like obviously, he's had to play that way, but Fox was right there asking for the ball.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if I
it's
want to give the ball to Aaron Fox in the fourth quarter anymore, though. Not after game one. I just watched him squander away game one while Dylan Harper sat on the bench. I might want to give it to somebody else, too.
and it's hard to just lay it at the feet of Fox, right? I mean, he has to be better. He is the veteran, right? The veteran of this team. There's other veterans like Keldon Johnson, Harrison Barnes, Cornette, that could be pulling their weight that aren't. I mean, you don't shoot 25.5% from three, 43 attempts and 11 makes, and blame that all on De'Aaron Fox in game one. Like, that's a team failure. It's just, I don't know who has to step up here and win. It's kind of hard to argue that Wemby has to step up here. He's doing his best, but it's just not enough. Where do you see the fixes coming from in San Antonio?
I think you do have to put a lot of it on Fox. I mean, he has to be more efficient and not turn the ball over as much. I mean, he had 5 turnovers in game one, 4 in game two. Like, that's supposed to be your lead guard and your veteran presence. He can't be throwing the ball away. I know it's what the Knicks do defensively, but like, you have to be more patient with the ball. You need to start creating. And De'Aaron Fox has to do a better job of creating better shots for Wemby, too. Because, like, right now, Cat is out muscling Wemby. Like, everything that I've ever said bad about Cat and his defense, like, he's just like, fuck you, Steve. Like, this is what I do. And he's looking like a decoy out there the way he's playing against Wemby. I know Wemby's getting his numbers, but none of it's easy and none of it's really that efficient either. So De'Aaron Fox got to do a better job getting into the paint, getting Wemby some open lobs, some open looks, like breaking down the defense. Like, because right now, I know he's playing on a bad ankle, but if it's that bad, then like, don't play then at this point. Like, because you're not helping the team if you're just going to be throwing the ball away and fouling. Like he was basically the reason they lost game one. I mean, I'll blame it on him. I mean, he shot what, 3 of 13 for the game, 3 turnovers in the fourth quarter. He turned the
7 points
ball
on
over
3
and
of
then
13.
immediately fouled a Mikal Bridges who didn't have a shot. Like, he was like end of the shot clock, just chucking up a jumper and fouled him. Like, it was a bad performance in game one. Game two was all right. I just looking at the box score, I didn't catch game two, but he looked all right in the game two. But you need somebody to help create, because Stephon Castle's not a guard that's supposed to be creating offense for other people.
Well, he's turning the ball over just as much as he's creating.
Yeah, that's a thing for Castle. Like, he had that problem in the last series too against the Thunder. Like, you can't rely on him to do it. Harper's young too. You'd like him to do it, but if you're De'Aaron Fox, you're the lead guard. You're the guy who's been doing this for the longest out of any of them. So
16 assists for the Spurs in game one. That just ain't going to cut it.
that's brutal.
It's ugly. I mean, it's kind of hard to say De'Aaron Fox shouldn't play on a bum ankle. He literally is one of the, if not the main reason they were able to claw back against the Thunder and, stymie some of those offensive, not like headaches they were having, turning the ball over 9 times. Stephon Castle. It's like you need a guy in there who can slow it down and be more protective of the ball. I mean, but
He's not even doing that.
3 for 13 is not. You need to be able to score too. And I just don't think that they have anybody that could replace that guy. I mean, Javon Carter, and he ain't gonna do it.
He's not even. He wasn't even dressed for the last game. I mean, they're not going to play him.
They don't have any. Like, I don't think they have another listed guard.
No, not till the very end of their bench for guys that don't play. Like Julian Champagny, but he's not. Once again, he's not a.
He's not a guard. He plays like forward.
Hey, he's like a small forward shooting guard, shoot the ball first guy. But
he's Josh Hardy.
Yeah,
but with a better jumper.
They got to shoot the 3 better too. That's another thing the Spurs got to do. They got to shoot the 3. If they shoot the 3 better, then they win both those games. They just went dead cold in game 1 and game 2. They just didn't have it either.
Yeah,
it's a bit of it's got to go on. I mean, either they got to. It's on Mitch Johnson a bit, but also, I mean, Wemby's been getting his numbers, but he's not looked like a superhuman defensive impact as much as he's as much as he's getting his stats and he's doing the best he can. Like, a reason they lost last game was the Cat went 8 for 12 and was beasting him on the boards. And like, obviously Wemby's doing well, but he's not, like, to get over the hump in the finals, you got to as a star, you kind of got to be superhuman. Like, think back to like Giannis when he pulled off this comeback. Like, he was rattling off some of the more ridiculous stat lines we've ever seen. Like
Did
Wemby's
he have
been
a
good,
50-point game
but
in the
yeah,
finals?
he had
Game
50,
6,
15, and 5. He had 5 blocks,
6
like
to
50,
close the
yeah.
series. 50, 15, and 5 is just that's something that we're never going to see again. I don't think.
Yeah, we need something like that from Wemby. Like obviously he's doing well as a superstar, but he's got to rise above and just be an absolute unanimous depoy superhuman type. Like we've seen a good defensive effort, and he's getting his blocks and his stocks, but we need like unanimous defensive player of the year type Wemby to buoy like the young guys' mistakes and all that. Like he's been great, but you got to play a level above, because clearly this Knicks team is very special, rivaling how good the Celtics were just 2 years ago. We thought, I mean, this is like if they sweep this, they would be better. If they lose one, it'd be pretty close. But it's kind of crazy. It's crazy to see that the two best finals runs this decade have maybe come from the East. When you talk about how top heavy the West is, and then you got the East. That's why my thing is East is Beast ? Because it's like, hey, the East gets shit on, and then we just kind of sometimes come out and just absolute dump on the West representative, but then they'll just forget about it next year when you're talking about the standings again.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of the East versus West discourse is like the top flight talent of the East is as competitive as the top flight talent on the West Coast, but where you fall off is the middle and down. But now,
Yeah,
this season especially, I think you're starting to see that gap shorten.
But even then, like look at the Knicks. They lost 2 games the entirety of their playoffs so far. Like it's you're looking at the West, like the Thunder and Spurs just went 7, and then like they're just more games. That's part of the reason why I think sometimes the East is coming out of some of these is like they're healthier. They played less games because the top talent in the East is always going to run out. So I think that's a lot of the argument for the West being better. It's because like at the end of the day, like the Thunder, when they won their title, they went through the Timberwolves and the Nuggets before they faced anybody in the East.
The Nuggets won 7, right?
Yeah, the Nuggets series went 7. I mean, and those guys, both teams were injured, but it's still a tough matchup either way. And then you end up in the finals against the Pacers, and that went almost 7 too.
Yeah, and they still almost didn't pull it off with the Pacers but the Pacers were cardiac kids last year. They played 7-game series.
That Pacers team was different though. Like that Pacers team was like the team of destiny until fucking Halliburton got hurt. Like those series they shouldn't have won. Like didn't they win a game against the Knicks where they're down by like 20 something with like 5 minutes left in a game? Like there's a lot of games that they shouldn't have won in that postseason last year.
Yeah, but the Knicks had an arguably a more impressive comeback like this playoff run. It's just I feel like it's what you said, Steve, right? It's like the West is deeper. There's going to be a longer series in the West because 1 through 8 are legitimately good teams. Whereas
that's why I think the Spurs got to take advantage of being there, because like if you're a Western Conference team and you made it to the finals, like you have to take advantage of being there, because like next
there's
year,
no promise they'll get back.
Somebody's gonna load up next year, and it's gonna be tough to get back. Where
I mean, look at the Thunder.
East, like look at the East, like you got 3 or 4 teams that you got to worry about, but with the West, there's 5, 6 teams that could all make a run.
Yeah, I mean it's this became an East versus West discussion, and I get it, but like I do think that gap with the dirge of talent across the NBA, and there only being 30 teams currently, there's just a lot of good teams in both sides of the conferences. I know that's a middle of the road take, but like this year, the 7 seed took down the 2 seed in the East. You know, like that's a rare thing to happen. And
the 8 took the 1 to 7.
Yeah, so there is the talent with the Pistons being good, the Magic hopefully taking a step forward, the Hawks being emergent, like and the Cavs are always kind of going to be good just because of the sheer amount of talent they have.
The Wizards loaded up too.
Celtics are as long as we had the Jays, the Celtics are going to be good. The Knicks obviously probably going to look to maybe repeat. There's a lot of talent here in the East that could give the West a run for its money. We're seeing it right now. And I know the Knicks played less games, but we are seeing it. It turns out that whoever wins the WCF, it shouldn't just be crowned champions. We were wrong about that. We were probably going to be wrong about it last year too.
Yeah, we can still be right though. It could still be Spurs in 6. Like we guessed, there's still a shot. It's a long shot, but it's still a shot.
What do the Knicks have to do to wrap this thing up in a bow? Just the same thing?
Just keep De'Aaron Fox inefficient, keep turning them over, and this will be a wrap. Like, as long as Cat stays as efficient as he's been, you can deal with Brunson not being efficient. And as long as you're turning the Spurs over as much as you are, like, they're not going to, there's no way for them to catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, keep the game close, and then it's what they've done. They've fought and scrapped and kept the game close, and then they just taken it in the second half, fourth quarter each time.
Yeah, it honestly feels like, yeah, as long as the next strategy, like you just said, has to just be keep it close going into the fourth, and then it's kind of just felt like experience. I've just kind of felt both quarters just felt inevitable that the Knicks were going to win because I felt like exactly what was going to happen in the last minute would happen again with just kind of bonehead mistakes because they're in the finals with 1 point differential and their leaders 22. It's just tough. It's like the Spurs kind of got to blow them out, I think, or at least just have a really heavy lead going in to the end.
Yeah, I mean, Harrison Barnes, one of Harrison Barnes or Keldon Johnson showing up would be really beneficial for the Spurs.
Barnes doesn't even get enough minutes to find out whether he's showing up. I mean, 5 minutes a game, you don't know what you're going to get from him. Like, and it's
You need
crazy because I
something,
think he's
man.
the only player on either team that has any finals experience too, and he's
Cornette.
playing like the least amount. Oh, Cornette too, yeah. Then neither one of them are playing big minutes. I mean, Cornette's playing all right minutes because you have to take out Wemby for a couple minutes a game. But I mean, is this a Wemby like gas tank problem? Like, is he getting gas at the end of these games? Is that what's really killing them? Because like we saw in the regular season, they weren't playing him more than 30 minutes a game. He's playing 40 plus every game the entire playoffs.
I really don't think so. I thought he was pretty electric, especially in that fourth quarter of game 2, except for the fucking turnover.
I mean,
That was the fucking thing
that
that killed.
turnover too. I was looking at it like, all right, he gets the rebound, he's getting it up. Like, Steph Castle looks at him like, all right, like, I'm ready for the ball. And then Wemby goes to throw it to him, and as soon as he does, Steph turns his head. And it's like, Castle, if you're a guard and your big is dribbling up the court, you got to be looking for the ball too. Like, you can't just run up the court, like, let Wemby be the ball handler the whole way up. Like, you got to be ready for that.
I mean, they were coming. I think that turnover was fresh off the heels of the Spurs going 7-0 and taking the lead back from the Knicks.
Tying it
A
up.
7-0 run, maybe a 7-2 run. The Spurs took the lead earlier, but I think the Knicks came down. They were able to get one bucket from Brunson, but that turnover was with a minute 30 left or whatever. It was like maybe under a minute.
No, it was under a minute. It was like they had 10 seconds left, and the game was tied.
Oh, yeah. Then there was 30 seconds. Yeah.
Then they fouled Brunson on it, hit one free throw, and then they had the Wemby jumper for the win. But that was another one. It was like, is that the look you want to get him? Like a mid-range jumper with a hand in his face, or you want to get him something going towards the rim? You know, he's
ideally,
like
ideally, you would want to get the shot probably to Wemby because, well, you said there's a hand in his face. No, it wasn't. There's never going to be a hand in that guy's face when he's taking a jump shot, right? Like, unless he's playing against himself. It's just that, he's going to be able to shoot over the top of everybody. And
I'd like to see him get something a little bit closer to the rim, though. Like a mid-range jumper. Like, I know we're not saying it's not really contested, but a guy in your space is going to bother you a little bit.
I mean, Wemby doesn't really. I mean, we saw it a bit this year, and that's part of the reason why he was in the MVP race was he took it in a lot more. But he typically likes to play out in the perimeter and take those long 2s and 3s. Like he really does love that part of his game, and it's good. But like,
you're down 1, you got to go to the rim, and like, maybe there's a foul. Maybe something crazy happens. You get the ball up on the rim, somebody else can get it. Like,
yeah, I mean, he was getting to the line that game too.
Yeah, I don't like a jumper in that situation, but. It's tough to put everything on Wemby at the end of that game, the way he played, like, because he's the reason why they were in that game. I mean, nobody else was really showed up that game.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the numbers here. Harper had 15, Vassell had 14, 9 boards, 5 assists. Castle had 14. De'Aaron Fox had 20 on 8 of 12.
Finally had a good game, but I mean, not enough when you turn the ball over 4 times and you have 5 assists.
Yeah, I mean, but if you just look at the other side, you got Cat 12 of 13, 12 and 13, Mikal Bridges 20, Jalen Brunson 20, OG Anunoby 17. Like,
they're all efficient too. Like, nobody was Brunson. They're all pretty efficient.
You just need somebody else. I think the Spurs just need somebody else to maybe get like 10 points.
And it's going to be really tough tonight too, because you're playing in New York. Like it's
You
going to
mean
be
tomorrow?
games tonight. I thought.
No, it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm
honestly like the break.
Yeah.
I'm fucking losing my mind.
It's okay. It's weird. I would have thought that it would have been tonight too, Sunday night, but it's not.
Looks like I can get some sleep tonight.
Yeah.
I miss fucking game 3 too, which sucks because I got to work. But it's gonna be tough. You got a young team. I mean, like we say this after seeing them play in Oklahoma City. They play fine on the road, but it's not an easy job playing on the road as a young team. Right?
No,
Like,
now you got to win one of these.
yeah,
At
and you
least.
gotta win one too. Like Keldon Johnson, 6 man here, got to step up. You need Vassell and Harper to play better, and they're young guys playing in New York in the finals. Like that Madison Square Garden's gonna be fucking crazy.
Yeah,
They thought
it's gonna be
it was
fucking.
crazy. They're gonna make Oklahoma City look like fucking a bunch of Mormons. Like
It's gonna be a nut house. Yeah, I mean the tickets are astronomically expensive for
$4
courtside.
grand to walk in. They
Way
said that
more.
it's cheaper. They said it was cheaper to fly to San Antonio and get 2 tickets in a hotel and then go see that game in there and then fly back than it was
Steve,
to
that
go
was
to a home game.
Steve, that was before they won these 2 games.
Yeah, I think it's like
well,
11,000 to walk
Now
in.
it's
Right?
11,000.
You know,
Yeah.
price out the real fans out of the
That's-
fucking. It's crazy.
I was just about to say that. I was like, how loud will it be if it's 11,000 get-in price? Is
Well,
that
look,
just
it's
gonna be
gonna
all
be
celebrity?
loud.
There's one part of the game that
Could
I hope
hurt.
is really fucking loud, and I hope that's when they fucking show that fucking Cheeto sitting courtside. Fucking, I hope that
Yeah,
it's real fucking loud for that, because
that's a bummer.
way to kill all the vibes of New York. Because now they're not gonna do, like, they were doing all the watching parties outside of Madison Square Garden and all like the big TVs around there, and now they're saying no, you can't do that because fucking shit for brains is in the fucking building.
And he's only going because they won the first 2.
Yeah, he's only going so that he can just be like, oh, cool, look, I went to a game. Like, he doesn't actually give a fuck.
Well, he's going because they're gonna win. I mean, the odds are that they're gonna win. I think they're currently getting like at least 55% or more chance to win the series by a lot of like the odds makers.
Well, you're up 2-0 and you're going home. Like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
how the odds work. Yeah, I mean,
right. But it's just, you know,
the funniest fucking storyline of it all is that he was too busy to go to his son's fucking wedding, but he's
I
not
know.
too busy to go to a Knicks finals game.
Did we talk about it on this podcast? The reason why he didn't go to his wedding is just like he was too busy, but like it's really because he doesn't like his son.
It's all assumed. His son's still got to go online and fucking.
It is his son's
bend
second
the
wedding.
knee, make him look good, and just so that when fucking his son wants to run for something, the Republicans will back him. Like, a fucking shitbag family.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it would be just, you want to talk about ethical hoops and feeling good about a win. It would be nice if the Knicks just did end up losing out after he shows up to game 3.
It'd be so great if they lost and then Wemby just told Trump to fucking blow him.
Yeah,
I don't think Wemby wouldn't say it that blatantly, but in the post-game press conference that they asked about him, he'd have some kind of like a Buddhist quote that was just really just like a veiled response of like, hey, that guy's fucking terrible. Like, fuck that guy, he's killing the country.
I mean, you have like legitimately Chancellor. It'd be cool if you dropped like a Star Wars quote, just something cool. Be like, you have Chancellor Palpatine in the front row. I'm more worried about like this has to be a logistical, national security like legit nightmare.
Well, you guys remember what the Pablo Torre was talking about with the Knicks fucking security, that they like have cameras on everybody and they don't let certain people in and shit like that. Like,
I do remember that. Yeah.
this could be like where it's actually useful, I guess. I don't know.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't imagine anything would go wrong, but it's just like when he's involved, especially with the slew of events that have occurred in the past year, it's like,
I don't imagine, but I hope.
Has anything like this ever happened? Like, has a president's like hometown ever been in the finals and sat courtside? Like, I honestly cannot remember an example like this.
Didn't Bush throw out the first pitch at the Yankees in the postseason or something like that after
Bush from
9/11?
Texas? Yeah. No, I think that was like that might have been that might have been the MLB World Series.
But even then, though, like if you're
man.
in that case, he's not like on the third base line. Like he's going up to his suite. It's more of like I'm talking about like the security ish. Like it just like the president like being like right there. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna be like right there on the sideline. Like we've never had that. I don't
To
think.
Kennedy, like, is there a picture of Kennedy showing up to the Garden courtside, dapping up Billy Russell? That'd be pretty sick. I love that.
Well, is it? Well,
Yeah.
do we know if Trump is sitting courtside or if he's sitting in a fucking suite? I bet you he sits in a suite. It's probably better logistically for that.
I hope.
Well, he's fucking 80 years old. They can't be like that comfortable sitting courtside, like being up and down. Like I imagine he'd like go to the
You
suite.
seen the fucking guy that the Spurs super fan that's at all the fucking games sitting courtside with the fucking the hair, the white hair down to his fucking middle of his back and everything? Like that guy's got to be close to like 82, and he's like at every fucking game. He looks like a crypt keeper. Like he looks like he might fall off the chair and not get back up again one of these plays. Like
That's just that's Wemby's master splinter.
I mean, the closest we get is like Jack Nicholson, like dapping up Shaq and Kobe. Like he's not, he never was the president, but I mean,
Denzel at the Lakers games now, hanging out with LeBron.
You're gonna get Timmy Chalamet dapping up Josh Hart or something. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, that sucks. That's bad karma. I would really. I mean, obviously Dolan is a billionaire, so he's probably tight with him. Not probably. I think he's definitely.
anyways, so.
I think he's definitely tight with him. It's just that I don't know. For sports juju reasons, I would probably avoid having any presidential candidates going to my games.
Also, for like logistical reasons, I don't want to be like that in my games. Like,
yes, we'll see. It's just, what do you guys think the rest of the way? How does the series play out from here?
I think the Spurs could do it. I think the Spurs could pull it out in 6. I haven't seen anything that the Spurs have done that's not done defensively that's not repeatable going forward, and I think that they can only play better. Like
God, I hope so.
And Fox and Harper and Castle, I think they can all play better.
I mean, you got to limit the turnovers and hit your shots. It's not possible.
I mean, like you've held Brunson to. He's gotten his buckets, but they've been really inefficient. So if you can just continue to do that and you can hit your shots, you got to worry about the Josh Hart game that's going to come up, like in the Garden. Like that's going to happen.
Did the Josh Hart game already happen in game 1 where he scored 3 points and finishes a plus 22?
With 16 rebounds, yeah. That's the weird one. But you got to worry about the Josh Hart magnet game.
Where he's just electric he can shoot the ball.
But you can also bank on a Mikal Bridges no-show at some point in the series, too. So that's just
Mikal's been amazing.
You want to talk about a guy who 180'd during this playoffs. I mean, the beginning of the playoffs against the Hawks was like, this guy was the worst move ever. I can't believe he did this. And now he's like legitimately indispensable. He's like going to be a hero in New York for the rest of the time.
A lot of times it's just like matchup based. I mean, if you look at that Hawks matchup, he's like going against Jalen Johnson and Risa Shea's out there, probably like guarding him Dyson Daniels. Like it's a good defensive team for wings. Like that's just a bad matchup, and they were going to play through Cat and Brunson that whole series. So now you look at this.
Shamit's been a god. Maybe Shamit's. He's been the whole playoffs though, but he's just been a straight god.
Yeah, yes.
You need that guy in your team. You need one of those defensive guys who's been there as a veteran.
Well, he can just shoot the fucking daylights out of the ball.
He's shooting 55. Yeah. Shooting 55% from 3.
Yeah, having that guy on your team is so crucial for guys like Jalen to have like driving lanes and keeping the paint open, not letting guys tag up in the paint. Like that's crucial.
Yeah. Who's the MVP for the Knicks through 2? Who's the MVP for the series through 2? I guess I should say.
I mean, we have to pick the winner. Like we talked about last time, you have to pick the winner of the series, which right now we're assuming it's going to be the Knicks. So I'd have to go with fucking Towns because defensively he's been unbelievable on Wemby, and he's been crazy efficient. Like his numbers don't jump off the page at you if you look at his like points and his rebounds, but like just efficiently and his impact on every game has been much higher than anybody out on the court, really, other than Wemby.
Is it called the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Western Conference MVP award? Is that what it's called? What is the MVP award for the
Magic Johnson?
It might be Magic Johnson.
Yeah, I feel like that. Right?
Larry
Yeah,
Bird's
that
East,
makes
Matthews
sense.
West. I think the
And
finals
Cat won it,
MVP is
or Cat won the ECF
yeah,
finals award.
MVP.
MVP, and it'd be interesting to see him. Yeah, I mean, I really think it's going to be him, just for what you said. The narrative, you know, he's the big against Wemby, limited Wemby, right, or gave him headaches, and not to mention he's been the second best scorer and do it all guy besides Josh Hart.
Finals
Drew Tibb.
MVP is the Bill Russell award. So
Yeah, very reminiscent of the Celtics when JB won it as the second guy, right, on the team. We'll see.
Yeah.
Brunson has to play a lot better for him to win it.
Yeah,
More
second guy, but still all NBA type. Where no, I agree. At the moment, it should be Cat. I think Brunson's still like slightly favored, just because they probably imagine he'll like pop up like me more efficient or just keep like rounding off 30s or something. But so far to me, it's been Cat. I guess they're maybe just projecting that Brunson has like a crazy game or something, which is totally reasonable.
they're also
Absolutely,
looking at
yeah.
like the Brunson moments that he's had, like game 1 down the stretch, like he was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Forget about the rest of the game where like he was really getting bottled up.
Yeah. I mean, I hope the Spurs can rally here. I really don't want to see a sweep. That would suck. I mean, I don't care who wins the series ultimately, right? Like, you figure a New York guy would hate. A Boston guy would hate New York. I don't really hate this next
It
team.
hasn't been a rivalry really between us and the Knicks. Like
Well, I mean, they
the
did.
Knicks in the playoffs
They beat us
was
2 years ago. They beat us
2 years ago, yeah. And then before that was what, Carmelo versus the Celtics with Garnett and Pierce.
and Amari Stoudemire. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's it hasn't really. The Knicks haven't been relevant in the basketball world in years.
Right.
So,
But it's still New York versus Boston at the end of the day. That's always going to count for something.
as you're wearing a Chicago Cubs jersey over here.
I am.
Pick a major city on the East Coast, man. You wore a White Sox jersey last week. You wear a fucking Cubs jersey this week. Like,
I refuse to support my own team right now.
I don't blame you. Fire John Henry. You fucking.
I mean, it's currently 1-1 against the Yankees. So.
Oh, really? Like, is there a game right now?
Yeah.
That's the thing about baseball is they have the most random fucking first pitches. It's like, hey, it's gonna be like 3:17 on a Tuesday. We're gonna have a doubleheader versus the Astros. I hope you guys will tune in. Like, dude, everybody's at fucking work. What do you? I know you got 162 of these fucking things, but like, hey, maybe put them at a time that's available to somebody to go and watch them.
It's not. I mean, going to the game is whatever. It's more like, I kind of like having something to throw on in the afternoon while I'm working.
Yeah, it's true. Work from home people are loving that.
Well, no, I just do it at the office. I just put it on my phone.
Yeah.
But that's besides the point. Anything else with the NBA Finals we want to talk about? Any other storylines that we missed?
No, I mean, it'd be more. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if I said what I think was going to happen. I think.
Yeah, Jacob, please.
I think I might flip it to Knicks in 6, and then if it goes 7, it's Spurs. Like if they pull off this comeback, it's over. But I think the Spurs could to split maybe the road here and then win 1 at home and then lose game 6 if anything. I'm also just kind of hoping that's the case. Like, cause like, I feel like with all my predictions, I kind of always say I don't think I ever say it's short, cause not only is that ballsy, but I also just like in my heart want it to go 6 or 7 as well.
Yeah.
I don't want basketball to end.
I think I'd swap it to Knicks in 6, like you said. I just having the 2 wins on the road, it's pretty big. It's going to be a pretty monumental collapse if the Spurs were to pull this off. And I just don't see this Knicks team doing that. Maybe. We'll see. They do have Mike Brown as the head coach.
We do know that Karl-Anthony Towns historically has had games where he's like, hey, he has 4 fouls in the first half. Like, it's like,
yeah.
We've seen this from Cat. I mean, I hope that he's turned the leaf over and that he doesn't do that this series, because I'd love to see, if you hear him talking about like how this is his way of like connecting with his mother who passed away and like seeing her like when he plays. Like, I really hope for like the best for him for that. And I'd like to see him like turn the leaf over and not have that game where he like just shits all over himself. But historically he has. So until we see him not do it, I have to assume that at some point it's coming.
We'll see. Maybe this will be the time he sheds that misnomer.
He has for 3.5 series so far.
Yeah,
This whole playoff run, he's been pretty elite.
Yeah, it is kind of just a feel good story for him and to watch. And Jalen Brunson,
And
it's like that's
I was
why I
gonna say,
can't.
and it's him and the Nova boys, like everyone at the tops, like the storylines they'll come out with them winning 2 college championships and then also doing this is pretty absurd.
The person I feel the worst for is Dante DiVincenzo. I mean, gets moved for the guy, then blows his Achilles out in this playoffs. It's just like that will always kind of be a loose thread that doesn't sit well with the story. But you got to do it if you're the Knicks, I guess, because that's what got you there.
Do we want to get into the Jalen Brunson, Jason Tatum talk?
What about it?
I mean, the discourse around Jalen Brunson being so great in this final series, but his efficiency is so shit. But then when we watch the finals with Tatum, everybody just complained about his efficiency and said that he was a terrible basketball player. Like,
it's just different rules for Tatum. We just got to accept that at this point. Nothing like he just gets talked about differently than everyone. Anytime you see a list or a graphic of last time someone did this or who had the best final like runs, and it's always or like who has the most 30-point games in the playoffs or who has the best game sevens ever, who's better than it's always Tatum's always up there. But like you said, it doesn't matter. For some reason, he's just never not going to respect it, and because unfortunately people don't want to be. People, especially in this age with everything being online, people don't want to be like flip-floppers or even ever proven wrong or admit they're wrong. So I feel like since they kind of hopped on that bandwagon after we first lost, like people might do with Victor, I feel like they didn't want to give it up and then they just want to discredit whenever he wins now because they had takes they don't want to go back on, basically.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it a million times. It's just like it still will never sit right with me why he's not considered the best American hooper out there when every list he's on proves that he is, every stat, everything you want to look at. Like,
who do people think is better than him as the American hoopers right now?
I mean, Jalen Brunson, right? Would have to be one.
I don't think anybody thinks Jalen Brunson's better than Tatum, though. I don't think anybody seriously outside of New York, like, I don't think anybody's seriously talking about Jalen Brunson over Jason Tatum.
Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, I was going to say they're praying Ant will be for some reason because they hate Tatum.
They're pushing for they have to be over that, which is just so strange. Like,
and it's my theory, right? Is that he looks just like Michael Jordan. That's why.
And he does. And he does.
I think it's a lot of like the highlights too. Like,
yeah, he's electric. He's a great player.
People dunking on people, but it's like, all right, that's great. But Tatum also just had like 28, 10, and 8. And Anthony Edwards had 17, 5, and 5 and dunked on somebody. So like, oh, he's the best American player. It's like, no, he's not. I don't.
At the end of the day,
fucking off of a torn Achilles and played in the playoffs and was like, what, 25, 12, and 6? Like, coming off a torn Achilles playing in the playoffs, like, it's. I don't know how you can look at anybody else in the league and be like, all right, that guy's better than him.
Part of it is where he plays too, right? He plays for the most winning organization in the sport. He's won with the organization.
One of the most hated organizations in the sport too.
Yeah, well, it's because I mean, there's a multitude of factors, right? I don't want to discredit anything that's like non-basketball related, like, historical racism or anything like that. That all counts. But it's also like the most winning organization. People hate Patriots. People hate the Patriots to this day because what we did for 20 years. People hate the Celtics because of what we've done for 40, 50 years. Like, this team, you hate the team that keeps kicking your teeth in.
I mean,
it's why people hate the Yankees, even though they haven't won since 2009. 27
titles with the Yankees. Everybody hates the Canadians in hockey because they dominated for so long.
There's an air of dominance over those two teams, and because they dominated, like there's historical record shows that they beat your team, and for Tatum and the Celtics, they continue to beat most teams deep into the playoffs. So it's just that's why the Sixers win over the Celtics this year was, I mean, for me as a Celtics fan, obviously I fucking hated it. Worst time of my life, hated it. But as a sports fan, I'd be like, I really do enjoy that for the Sixers. I love it for Embiid. It's just like, finally they got through the boogeyman. albeit they got their teeth kicked in. But as a sports historian, historical fan, it's just like, you can't say you always beat it. We finally got you once. It's kind of cool to see that. But yeah, that's why. It's and the Wolves are good. The Wolves are good every single year with Ann Edwards because he's great, and the team's good. But it's just they haven't won at that high of a level for that long.
No.
I mean, they made a couple of Western Conference Finals, but like both times they went up there and just got their teeth kicked in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Celtics, unfortunately, have made the finals twice with Tatum. So, and been to the ECF almost every single year except for this year, right?
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
in 2017,
I think it's like
18, 19.
like 6 or
Tatum's
7
first or
times.
second year.
We had the Eastern Conference Finals like
Rookie.
7 times, something like that. So
Yeah, and Tatum's been in the league, what, 8 years?
yeah,
So,
9, 10 years, something like that. So it's crazy. Like this dominance since day one has been unbelievable.
No,
that's
that
why
was
it's wrong, and it'll be proven wrong throughout history. When we look back in 20 years, it will always be like, why didn't we? And it's a shame because he's unproblematic and he is a superstar. It's wrong in the moment, but in 20 years, it will definitely be considered like, why the fuck did we hate that guy? He was awesome.
Yeah.
no. Yeah, the like you're saying, the young conference finals appearance, that actually was another hilarious like list that just popped up because of Dylan Harper. Is like most conference finals points as a rookie, and it's like, oh, Harper's just behind Tatum for the most ever as a rookie. It's like, oh, another list has popped up where Tatum's at the top or in the top 3. I wish we could like him. But yeah, I agree. The Celtics and Patriots just have people love to hate. And then even the Bruins and the Sox get it too, just because it is like we almost had a city dynasty since 2000, basically. Like every team has won. The Sox still, even though they're trash right now, they still have won the most championships since 2000, which is most people at the moment's like people that are sports fans right now don't remember that much before 2000. So it's like the Sox have won. The Dodgers will clear them because they're about to three-peat, but we have won 4 since 2000 in that, and then 1 Bruins and two Celtics. And then you add the Patriots. It's like, yeah, people just want to see us lose, obviously, and I don't blame them. It's kind of fun being the villain in ways, but it just sucks when you have such a good-natured man like Tatum. Like he doesn't like playing into it. Like maybe if we had someone like and who like playing into it, but Tatum just like wants to chill and live.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, you'll see it with Wemby. Like we'll start to hate him. You know, I'll never hate him because he's just a magnificent talent. But like, and I never get too wrapped up in that stuff. But like, when he comes back next year and he goes to the WCF again and maybe the finals again, people will be like, this guy. They'll start picking him picking him apart piece by piece. They're doing it with Jokic. They're doing it with SGA and the Thunder. Like people hated the Thunder this year, and there's never been more discourse about how the Thunder win games than now. That's because they've done it for 3 seasons now, basically dominated the league and won a finals. Like people just turn on the winners.
The SGA picking apart too is like a lot of it's not even his fault. Like people online were like comparing him to like Kobe and Jordan, and like, oh, this is the best guard we've ever seen since them. And then it's like it was way too early to be predicting that. Like 2 MVPs, sure, but like only 1 finals. Like he was just in the Western Conference Finals. Like he had a shitter game 6. Like it wasn't his fault.
Yeah, but
He played great, but like to put him in a conversation with Jordan and Kobe like that early in his career, like that was where it wasn't fair to him, because now they're going to start picking apart everything he does because they're
not
going
that
to.
early in his career, Steve.
Well, it's early in his career for him being as good as he is. Like he wasn't great when he was first in the league playing for the Clippers. Like when he went over to OKC, he became great for sure, but like that's not Jordan in '86 dropping 63 on the Celtics in the playoffs, right? Like this is a guy who was 5-6 years into his career and now is starting to hit his prime, and we're trying to talk about him like he's one of the all-time top 10 players in the league ever.
Because he's on that trajectory. He is on the
Yeah,
trajectory.
he's on that trajectory. I'm not arguing that point, but people are arguing that he's already there. Like,
yeah,
you can't argue that he's up there with Mike and Kobe already. Like, you can argue that he's gonna be there, but after one championship and 2 MVPs, to put him already being there with those 2 guys, that's a little premature, and that's why he's getting a lot of the nitpicking that he's going to be getting coming up.
A lot different of a league. People also forget to recognize that Kobe wasn't even the best player on his own team for the first 5 years. Like he played with a top 10 player. SGA has not done that. So there's things to pick apart, but like
But Kobe
he
also
is
got
the
a
close.
couple of titles after Shaq left too, and Kobe
He got
also got
what,
robbed of a
2?
couple MVPs too.
Yeah, those are basically like Steph Curry's final championship for
Yeah,
Kobe. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like getting very much. I mean, obviously they had a really good squad that's undervalued with Powell and Lamar and that gang, but still, like obviously it was the number one.
yeah.
Yeah, no one. Honestly, like yeah, like it's not all in Shea because I mean it was kind of more of a Thunder problem with when it comes to the selling and contact and stuff. It was top down. We saw like Isaiah Joe pull some bullshit. Chet. It's like coaching decision, a coach of the year that, and they have a machine that's been absolutely just winning at like a 70% clip. Like you think Shea is gonna really like stray away from that? Like I don't necessarily put it on Shea that the whole offensive game plan and also like aside all that drama too, Shea is really fun for the sport because it's like, who's gonna be the next Shea? Like who's like pretty dangerous? Like obviously Shea was talented from day one, but he was like a bench player for the first couple years. Like who's the next Shea that like is gonna just freaking explode and be an MVP, consecutive MVP in his later 20s? Like it's
Yeah.
kind of it opens up like we're so used to right now like seeing someone like Cooper Flag or Wemby where they're scouted through high school as the best player ever and expect them to win it all. Like I mean Jokic too. Like I feel like some of these last two runs have been like kind of some people that weren't even valued like that in the draft and then end up like absolutely hitting their stride 5 or 6 years in.
Yeah,
Kind
I
of great for the
mean,
sport.
trying to think who could be that way. I mean, Ant, right? I mean, but he's been good since day one. It's like it would be if Ant comes out next year and maybe wins the final. I don't know. It's just trying to think who could be 5, 6 years in that would be on this trajectory.
It's like, now that I think about it, the people other than Joel Embiid, like the last like three dominators of the MVP award have all been people that were kind of either not solid to start, like Giannis too. Like obviously Giannis, like kind of the Bucks kind of took a chance on Giannis filling out and being a player. Like we went from Giannis to Jokic to Shea, like people that weren't top prospects. Like we're not seeing the number one picks win these awards.
No, I mean, Jokic was a second round pick. Giannis was what, 15th pick? We took Kelly Olynyk over him.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy. Like
It
it's
took time to develop.
we're getting parity. Like the talent's so crazy in the league right now. Like you were saying earlier, that we're almost getting parity with the MVP award nowadays.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
This has been the
for
most
now.
open discussion has been. I mean, Wembenyama obviously throws that off its axis, right? But
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
um,
I mean,
Or if
Wemby's
Coop
gonna be
does it.
if Wemby stays healthy, he's gonna be the best player in the league for the next like decade at least.
I mean, I think you've seen it. Is he the best? Is he going into next year the best player in the league?
I think so, just because of his versatility and everything. I think I'd take him over Jokic now. I was arguing for Jokic before, but seeing him in this playoff run and what he can do, like, and he's only going to get better. He's only going to get bigger. He's only going to get stronger. Like,
You know, it almost makes you think, why did you ever doubt it?
nothing about his work ethic says that like he's not going to continue on this trajectory of getting better.
Yeah.
When winning means that much to the guy, which it has to when you're playing to play at this high of a level, whether you're Jalen Brunson, SGA, Embiid, Jokic, well, maybe not Embiid, maybe throw him out, but Jokic, when winning means this much to you, which it does. Like he was crying over a fucking game 60 win that he won against the Thunder, right? Like, remember that? Like he legitimately cried at half court. Yeah, it's just like, why did we ever doubt that this guy was going to ascend or like put in the work? I don't know. Makes you think. And you know, it matters this much to Jalen and Jason too. Like I don't mean to exclude those guys. Those guys, I mean, JT wouldn't have fought back as hard as he did to come back if winning didn't mean everything to him. And Tyrese Halliburton when he comes back, like these guys, it's truly a nice place to be as a fan of the sport where you have the one guy who is weirdly maybe doesn't matter to him is Anthony Edwards. Like I don't know if winning matters to him the most. I mean, I believe he wants to win. He does all in his power to win, but sometimes I really think it's just like, hey, let me be the win. Let me be the guy who wins it, or let me be. You know, there was a moment this season, and it ended up working out for him when it was like the crunch time of the game. It was like 2 minutes left, and they were down, and they needed a bucket. And he got the ball. The offense broke down. He caught the ball at like the right side of the 3-point line. He immediately got doubled and like cleared a little bit of space out. The smart move would be like kick it inside, find somebody else to get the bucket because you got doubled. But no, he clears some space and he takes the three and it ends up going in. I think they ended up winning the game. I forget who it was against, but he went right to Finch and started like yelling at him like, I'm that fucking dude. It's just like,
And then
that's
Finch was
great.
telling him to get off the ball the whole time too. Like that was the whole thing. Was Finch was sitting there on the sideline telling him pass the ball. Like
yeah, like
ball.
listen, that's great. That's a great moment for his career. Like that's a good little feather in his cap to know that he can be that guy who can hit that shot. But maybe that's not the most conducive formula to winning long term. I don't know. It seems more like a little bit glory is me, not glory is the team.
And also, like the last couple of postseasons that he was in, he had the same problem where like he would just burn out by the time they got to the finals. Like they said the year they lost to, I can't remember who it was. It was the first time they made the Western Conference Finals, and he was like, "Oh, I'm just gassed. Like I just don't have anything in my legs anymore." And it's like, again, the Western Conference Finals, you got to be better than that. And then the next year he did the same thing where he came on the Western Conference Finals against the Thunder, and he just had nothing.
That might have been against the Nuggets, or that it was either against the Nuggets or the Mavs. Because I remember thinking it was really funny because he's like saying that, and then his like opponent's a fat, a fat Euro. It was either one. It was either him. Where I was like, dude, you look like an absolute like you're like a superhuman athlete, and you're like getting outgassed by Luka right now.
It's just I don't know. There's a lot of guys. The NBA is full of talent. I know that's a hot take, but
we're in a good spot. We gotta hope for the future of the league that Ant doesn't go the hardened trajectory of just being like, I'm a rich, cool guy. Who cares at the end of the day?
Yeah, I want to go play where I want to go play and be me.
I think the NBA is probably the best league out of all of them, out of all the professional sports leagues. It has the most talent spread out across the most teams. Like every night there's something interesting to watch.
They have a benefit, right? Small roster size.
It's true.
That's an added benefit.
More games than most sports too.
Anyhow, it's just we'll see. The one thing I walk away from this discussion believing is that Tatum deserves more respect.
Of course, that's our summary.
Respect that goddamn guy right there, please. He's earned it. Yeah, man. Anything else in the NBA?
No, rest in peace to Stacy King.
Yeah. R.I.P. He passed away today.
Yeah.
59 years old.
Too young. Long time broadcaster for the Bulls, played for him for a few years, like beloved by everybody in that organization. That sucks. That's too young.
Yeah, that does suck. I mean, we went through it not because Heinsohn was goddamn 85 or whatever. He was old.
105. Like he was doing it for far too long, dude. You didn't need to be doing that.
Yeah, but when you lose, he's not dead, thank God. But what's his name?
Gorman.
Mike Gorman. Yeah.
Gorman, yeah.
He retires. It's like it's sad to see, especially when let's be honest, the Bulls don't have much to root for on a yearly basis. So.
Next year they might. Well, they got the 4 pick.
Yeah.
I just can't mess it up.
Bundle that. Yeah, don't fuck that up.
They're gonna fuck it up. We can just assume that with the Bulls.
They're gonna take a guard.
Just add to their fucking. So that's the Bulls are just gonna hoard all of the guards in the fucking all of the drafts, and you go, hey, you have to call us for a guard. And so they're playing Catan, the basketball version of Catan. They're gonna hoard all the ore and all the fucking wood. You're like, yeah, you have to call us for that shit.
Yeah. Steve, your Patriots, just on the side, AJ Brown.
Yeah, my Patriots. I mean, I would have preferred AJ Green. Maybe AJ DeBansta. I don't know.
AJ Green hasn't played football in like 5 years. AJ DeBansta plays a different sport entirely. Although he'd probably be a sweet wide receiver.
Oh, dude, at 6'8" with this athleticism and his speed, like, dude, fucking anytime you're inside like the 30-yard line, just fucking, hey, you're running a post, and we're just gonna throw that bitch.
Yeah. The one thing I do want to see with the like AJ Brown's good. When we were golfing this weekend, like the pair we asked me about it for whatever reason because I had a Patriots golf bag. And I was just like, listen, like it's what it is. It's a 30-year-old receiver who has miles, and you're getting them for relatively cheap, albeit a first-round pick and a second-round pick.
I thought it was a
And
fifth.
maybe I think it's definitely a first.
Yeah, first and a fourth
next
or
year,
fifth,
which isn't going to be good anyways.
Yeah.
It's going to be like 31, 30 through. It's going to be anywhere between 32 and 26. So that's fine.
Yeah. And I feel better about it after what we got out of Diggs.
Yeah.
Until the fucking Super Bowl when he decided just to show up. That was
He was actually kind of not there the whole play. He really didn't have a great playoffs, but obviously he had other stuff that was cooking on his mind. AJ, hopefully it's very reminiscent of when we brought in Randy Moss. So hopefully it can go as well as that. The one thing I do want to see that's sort of like a looming specter over this team is Christian Gonzalez's contract.
Yeah.
He's been sort of away from the team on the OTAs and stuff. He's due for, the cornerback free agency market, the top number gets reset every single fucking month at this point with PS2 over in Denver getting set in the market. And then I think it just got broke again by Derwin James or whatever for the Chargers. It's going to get broken again by Gonzalez, but pay that man. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that guy's a stud. Gonzo's a stud.
Hey, I mean, you want to talk about the one guy that showed up in the playoffs? It was that guy like every single week, including the Super Bowl where he made some incredible plays to stop touchdowns.
He's like the only positive.
Yeah. We'll see with the Pats. Anything else we want to talk about before we move into our movie topic? I guess it's going to be a short episode.
Oh, I have a football question. That guy that the Jaguars drafted, the guy that plays offense and defense.
Yeah.
What the fuck is his name?
Oh
Travis
my God.
Hunter.
Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
Do they play him on offense and defense or no?
I think before he got hurt last year, he played very minimal receiver. They really tried to play him at cornerback.
Okay.
No, he did play some receiver though. I think.
Yeah, a
That's
little.
good question.
Was he
Definitely
like
it wasn't as crazy as they were like proposing it to be, that's for sure.
the Pats had a guy like that a while ago, right? That every once in a while they throw him in at receiver because he was just crazy fast.
I mean, Marcus Jones does that occasionally.
Yeah.
So you're gonna say Vrabel.
No, Vrabel was crazy. That was hilarious. Put him in a tight end. Doesn't he have like 7 or 8 touchdowns or something like that?
He has some playoff touchdowns, receiving touchdowns. Yeah,
that's great.
I think he's like never had an interception he didn't run back or something too.
That's fucking hilarious.
Craziest stat I ever saw was fucking Larry Fitzgerald has more tackles than drops, but it's like I don't know how true that is because I don't even know if they count drops as a true statistic. I mean, look, it sounds true. Larry Fitzgerald, I feel like every time.
What was the stat?
He had more tackles than he had drops.
That makes sense. I mean, that guy was fucking automatic.
That was like he had glue on his fucking hands. Like if it was anywhere near him, it was hitting his hands. He was catching it.
Sounds like he had a lot of bad quarterbacks throwing interceptions too.
Played for the Cardinals, so
his best was like Carson Palmer.
I was gonna say like, they didn't have anybody good. I think John Kitna was his quarterback at one point.
The old Kurt Warner was that was when they went to.
I forgot Kurt played there.
That's the only time they really were good, right?
And they went to the Super Bowl and lost to the Steelers that year, right?
I don't think was Kurt the quarterback for that team. I thought that was Palmer.
I thought it was Kurt.
I thought it was Kurt because I thought that was the big thing. I was picking the Cardinals over the Steelers, and I picked the Steelers because of their defense. Because I wanted to be different, and I like defensive teams back in the day.
That's what ended up winning them the game. That was fucking what's his name? The guy who played for the
James
Patriots.
Harrison, the fucking
return
99-yard pick six.
Yeah,
that big
Haas.
Was that the Harrison? No, not Harrison. What the fuck was the receiver's name that caught the ball on the fucking tiptoed on the fucking
was
touchdown?
It Ward?
Hines Ward, yeah. Was that the Hines Ward touchdown game?
I can't remember that far. You're fooling yourself. The only, I mean, probably he scored a touchdown.
Well, there's one specific one where like Roethlisberger basically threw the thing like 6 feet out of bounds, and Hines Ward just like stood on his tiptoes just inside in the end zone and caught it.
Sounds like Hines. Sounds like Ben. But yeah, that's it with the sports. Right. Let's move into
I
our
have
movie
questions
review.
about the Chicago Cubs, though.
Oh, shoot me. Shoot.
Do they still suck?
I haven't checked up on the current NL Central
You're wearing the
standings.
jersey. I thought you would know. I thought that
I'm
was.
wearing it for Shoto Imanaga.
I don't know who that is. That's way over my
Oh,
head.
right.
The last fucking cup I knew anything about was fucking Lester went there.
The Cubs, they're very much like the Red Sox. They are 34-31. They are currently 6.5 games back from the Brewers, but they are right in the middle of their own division, so probably fighting for a wild card. Maybe not fighting for a wild card. The Sox are 27-35, not like us.
The Brewers are just crazy.
Yeah.
Brew Crew's going off.
Shout out to Kyle Harrison.
The Brewers are the best managed team in the league. They're back-to-back manager of the year winner. I forget even his name, but they're like the Rays. Like they never spend or they have never a good team, but they just have whatever back lab they got is insane.
I feel like they always have unbelievable pitching.
Yeah, they had a pitcher. I saw a fucking video earlier when I woke up this morning. It was like the 7th inning, and the fucking manager was going to take him out, and he was like, "No, you're not fucking taking me out, finishing this fucking inning." And then he like struck his 2 batters.
Yeah, that kid's insane.
Mr. Newski, whatever his name is. Yeah,
that's fucking wild.
Any other baseball questions?
No, when are they gonna? Did they start doing the fucking ABS yet?
Yeah.
Is it fucking everything up, or is it slowing down the game, or like how's that going?
You only get 2, right? And it's only if you hit the first one. Is that right?
Oh.
Do I have that right?
Is it like it's like challenges in the NBA kind of?
Yeah. All you have to do is tap your helmet and be like, "Hey, I want that reviewed." And if you lose it, you lose. If you miss it, you lose it.
Does it help a lot? The pitcher's call, or is it the fucking the batter's call?
I'm pretty sure anybody can call it, right? Like, can a manager call for the pitcher? The catcher can call it, I think.
Yeah.
The catchers are right most of the time because they have a better understanding of the strike zone than anybody because they're right there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure anybody can call it.
I'd be fucking pissed if I was a manager and my fucking batter called that shit and got it wrong.
Yeah, that's why manager's got to be able to trust his guys.
Yeah, you don't see low profile players really do it much.
Rafael Devers out there fucking, that was a ball. It was like right down the fucking middle.
Oh, Devers would be able to do it because of his salary alone, not because of his stats. But like if Connor Wong was doing it, no offense to Connor Wong, I'd be a little pissed.
Yeah, unless he was like 1,000% on it. Like every time he did it, he was right. He'd be like, "All right, Connor, you got this."
Hey,
like,
he's a catcher. Yeah. Anything else? No. Moving on. We're wrapping up May.
My fucking questions.
Race to the finish month with Ford versus Ferrari from 2019. The log line is American car designer Carroll Shelby and British racer Ken Miles are hired by Ford Motor Company to build a car capable of beating Ferrari at the 1966 24 hours of Le Mans and have to fight Ford's own corporate machinery and bureaucracy in the Italians to get it done. Directed by James Mangold, produced by 20th Century Fox, starring Matt Damon as Carroll Shelby, Christian Bale as Ken Miles, John Bernthal as Lee Iacocca, and a bunch of other. It's a pretty stacked cast. Guys, what do we think? Ford versus Ferrari.
Stacked cast. I can only name those 3 guys.
Well, I mean, you've seen Tracy Letts in a million things.
I don't know who that is.
He plays Ford, the junior.
Never seen that guy in anything else, I don't think. Unless they have crazy makeup on him, I don't know.
Yeah, and the thorn in Damon's side too. I don't know his name, but he's in a lot too. That guy.
I don't know what his fucking name is though.
That's Josh Lucas.
Gotcha.
Josh Lucas. He's in everything. He's always a fucking dickhead. He's really good at it.
Very good looking, dapper, slick dude, right? But he does tend to play like an antagonist a lot because he has that like Ivy League douchebag face.
Yeah, it works for him. You got typecast into that for sure.
Yeah. No, he seems like someone who'd play. He has played Nazis. I feel like.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
sounds about right.
I was gonna say I definitely see him as like when I saw him, I was like, I feel like I've definitely seen him as like an antagonist war general or something. He screams that.
Yeah, 100%.
I really enjoyed that movie. I mean, it was a little there's some stuff that they blew up for the film. Obviously, I mean, I was reading more into Ken Miles, and they said that he was like mostly like the gentleman of the track. Like that was what they used to call him, like the silver bullet or something like that. Like he was always just like a nice guy and always like. And they showed him on the fucking in the movie. Obviously, he's like winging guys the fucking bird while he's driving, and like running guys into
Calling
the
people
fucking
dickheads.
wall, and
Yeah.
like brake checking to spin a guy out and shit. It's like none of that was how that guy actually raced back in the day, from what I read. But uh,
Got to puff it up for a move, right? Make it
you
like
got it. It's got to be something. Like, you can't just show this guy just cruising along in the
just
fucking thing,
passing
never,
by guys.
never like bouncing into anybody, never yelling at anybody. Like it doesn't work.
Yeah.
But I thought it was just a really good movie. It kept you engaged the whole movie, which it's not a short movie either. I think it was a 2.5 hour movie.
That's 152 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's a legit long movie, and it's easy to make a movie about building a car and winning a race like a boring ass movie. But definitely engaged you the whole time. Matt Damon, I thought, did a great job. It was nice to see fucking, well, I'll call him Bateman, but fucking
John Bernthal.
no, the guy who played Ken Miles.
Oh, Jesus, Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. I want to call him a fucking Bateman from fucking American Psycho.
Well, because he plays Patrick Bateman from American Psycho. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you just said. I bet.
It was nice to see him play a fucking British guy for once, so he doesn't have to fucking do an American accent. It was like, you just forget that he's not fucking American. He's one of those actors that you're like, oh, fuck yeah, that guy's British. I forgot about that. Like, and he did an unbelievable job, too. The ending of that movie always fucking gets me every time. I already knew the ending of the movie. I've seen it a couple times, and it always fucking gets me anyways.
Yeah. It's, Jacob.
I thought it was great. I feel like some of like the beginner parts, like a movie that I saw last year that I liked was Tetris, and it kind of like the race of technology and seeing like the backgrounds of like these companies competing with each other is kind of interesting. And then the actual racing was cool too, especially the rainy like nighttime parlor race was very cool and cinematic. That's for sure. Like seeing the lights fog up through the windshield as he's passing by. Definitely thought it
How
was
cramped
a
it
good
feels
movie.
at times in the
Oh yeah,
in the fucking pilot seat. Basically, it's just and how fucking shitty the headlights were.
yeah.
No, I was just like, God damn it, they needed some fucking halogens or something, or like some fucking lights on the track, because that shit must have been a nightmare. But I will say it did make for really cool shots, where especially when it's like at night, late in the rain, and he's like hitting the brakes and the brake system's failing. You see the caliper on the brake just like punching in his, basically on fire. It's just fucking some really expertly shot. This movie's fantastically shot. Just straight up. Some of the scenes where, especially in the first race, when he's racing on that like dirt desert track with the broken windshield, and it's just like he's passing by and it's coming around a bend, and you see the big sun over like the mesa and stuff. It's just like Mangold really cooked with that shit.
It makes you want to get into racing. Like, this movie, like, really
Absolutely.
makes you want to, like, get into doing all this shit. And then, like, you
Especially
remember F1, you're like, oh, wait, no, racing is so much fucking different now. There's no way I could ever do any of this now.
it's different, right? But this is not. It does feel like there's a little bit of connective tissue amongst. Obviously, F1 is at a different level where they're breaking shit down to like legitimate microseconds. What can make a
Like they
difference?
said, like, the fucking car's like a $1.5 million car or something crazy like that. Like, there
Yeah,
was
and
nothing worth $1.5 million they were racing back then.
well, the cars now are worth hundreds of millions of dollars. The
Yeah.
GT40s. That's why they couldn't really they couldn't use them because like God forbid you fuck it one up. That's your whole budget. But like there's connective tissue, right? Because I forget whether it was the other Ford team or if it was Ferrari talking about when the pit crew was a NASCAR crew, and I was like, how are they so fast? How are they
That's
gonna
the
know? It's like that's a
Ferrari crew.
NASCAR crew.
Yeah, I think.
And obviously that stuff in F1 is humongously important. How fast you can get cars in and out. And it mattered here too, but like it just shows increment. I do look at a lot of this movie like almost the foil of F1, where F1 feels a lot more like. F1 was shot brilliantly as well, but that feels more of an action flick to me. This one is more of the narrative success of that. Like if this movie had a tenth of the narrative story that Ford and Ferrari has, F1 is on a different level. And if this one kind of matched a little bit more of the action of F1, this one is maybe the best racing film that was ever been created. Some even still would say that it's the best racing film ever created. It's just, yeah, man, I have nothing but positive things to say about this. It does make you want to get into racing. F1 made me want to get into racing, but like this one makes me want to get into, especially because I love history. The fact that this was like Italian versus American, Ford, you got real historical figures and this, like Lee Iacocca, Henry Ford II,
Carroll Shelby,
Carroll
obviously.
Shelby.
I mean,
Yeah, you got real
the
people.
fact that they were going to go buy Ferrari and Ferrari just used them as leverage to jack their price up to sell the Fiat.
Yep, to Fiat, which that actually historically happened after it happened in '69. Pause, but you had the Italian '69, and yeah, man, it's just I can't shake this film. It's really sitting with me. I just thought Damon was fantastic. Bale obviously is. He's been fantastic in every movie. He's
Has Bale
great.
ever dropped the ball? I mean, like, let's be real here. Like, that
I
guy's
mean, you
not.
could argue Thor 4, right? Like he was just like a whatever, but he was arguably the best part of Thor 4. That movie was just kind of a disaster.
You also just had no idea it was Christian Bale the whole fucking time. Like, he was so fucking covered in shit. You'd be like, oh, it's just a random actor they picked.
Yeah, man, it's great. It was filmed for a little under 100 million, 97.6. It made 225. The one thing that really sticks out as a negative is the name of the film.
Yeah, you could have named the film fucking GT40. I think that would have been a sick name for a movie.
Mangold admitted this. He never had a title in his head for the film. That's why it stuck with this. And in its European release, it was called Le Mans 66. That's what the title of the film was. It wasn't even Ford versus Ferrari. The European
That sounds like
release was
such
Le
like
Mans
a
66.
French fucking indie film, Le Mans 66. Like,
Yeah.
that sounds like some filmed on some like grainy, like 48 millimeter or something like that back in the fucking day.
Yeah, it's the title is gonna always kind of hold it back from being like, oh, that, F1 was. It's not a great
Clean.
title, but it's just like it is what it is.
It's
It's
clean
not.
too. It's 2 syllables. Clean. Boom.
It's just the only real problem with F1 is like, how do you make a sequel?
Yeah,
You made $1 billion off of it. You're definitely gonna make a sequel. How are you gonna name it F1 2? Like, doesn't make a lot of sense. But Ford versus Ferrari deserved maybe a little bit something better.
I did
don't know.
absolutely. I loved the Christian Bale and Matt Damon acting together. I loved they felt
Fantastic.
like the connection was great in this film.
When they fought.
Any film where it's like you have two guys of a generation sort of like going head to head. Not that they were going head to head; they were actually friends in the film, and that's one of the best parts of it. But like when you have a stacked front two, I'm like always kind of in on the film. Always kind of in. I mean, he had it with Heat, right? Where it's like everybody's sort of a guy, right? An actor. Like James Reimar's a fucking actor in Heat, but he's one of the cops. The main guy is Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. I'm locked in. The story could be awful. I'm still there for it. Christian Bale, Matt Damon are that for me as well. It's just you knew you're going to get two stellar performances from those.
I love the scene when they're fighting too, and you can tell they're fighting like brothers because like he goes to grab like the fucking what do you grab, like something like heavy and metal or something like that to hit him with. Then he like dropped it, and then he picked fucking
for the Wonder Bread.
Like,
yeah, he hit him with the pillow instead. I saw that too. I was like, yeah, he doesn't actually hurt him. He's just because he could have fucking put him in a hospital.
It is a great scene, and it literally was created for the film. It didn't actually occur in real life. They never actually fought. They were much tighter friendship. It's hard to express that in a 2.5 hour film how tight the friendship was, but you could feel it. That scene definitely goes to show you a little bit how tight their connection was, because they're going to butt heads just based on their positions, right? One's the driver, the other guy has to play the political game within Ford, and they're going to butt heads. So it was good to show that they do have love for each other.
When they're fucking when they were going to disqualify them for replacing the whole fucking front control arm when they were replacing the brakes. And like, and Miles starts yelling at him, and fucking Carroll Shelby's like, no, Ken, I got this, don't worry. And then he starts yelling the same fucking thing at the guy.
Yeah, great stuff.
I thought Christian Bale's hilarious in this fucking movie. Like, they finish fighting, and then like, oh, do you want a lemonade or anything? Oh yeah, lemonade would be great. No, he doesn't want a lemonade. He's not getting a lemonade. It's like don't get him.
Yeah.
Um,
It's and that scene with the fight, obviously it does tie into the end, right? Where Ken Miles died in real life shortly after the Le Mans race in an accident, a testing accident for the cars that would go on to win the next 3 years of Le Mans races, the 67, 68, 69. He died testing those. And the last scene is so good because he goes to check in on the family, on the son, who was in close collaboration. He shared a lot of the tapes and stuff with Bale, to help him prepare for the character. But like it really, it was hard to stop like any tears coming. Like Damon was crying, and it's just he hands the wrench back to his son. I do think it's a little bit corny to be like, you thought you were finer than frog hair. It's like, all right, we get it. You're from the South. You couldn't have said something a little bit more poignant, you know? But it does tie into the emotionality at the end that you feel, where it's the guy was spectacular and he won the race, right? But he didn't win on a technicality.
that was another
Which,
thing too when I read
yeah.
into it, and it was like the guy who actually won, like won ahead of everybody. Like he was actually like 6 meters ahead of everybody when he crossed the line. They didn't actually all go across at the same time.
Well, the call was to have Ken slow down for the other two. They in the film they poised it under like optics, like this would look great for Ford for selling more cars, and that is just plays into the antagonist of like the bureaucracy. That guy Josh Lucas, plays into him being like the antagonist of the film, but really he called it for safety purposes in real life. That's what it was guised under, and there's legitimate arguments made that that was the right call to make for the Ford team, that it was dangerous, to have Ken keep going that fast and to slow it down, bring it back down, and finish the race with the rest of the team. Um, so just not to bail that guy out, but that there is some revisionist history with that stuff, and um, it ultimately leads to Ken Miles not winning and being the first person ever to do Sebring, Daytona, and Le Mans in the same year, right? So
Yeah, he would have been the first one to ever do it. I mean, like even if they wanted to slow down for fucking safety, like he could have slowed down and still been first. Like it was,
yeah, he did get fucked. He got
they just
fucked.
fucked him so good on that.
And he got fucked historically, right? Like obviously he's a super talented racer, one of the best ever, right? But he got a late start because he went to go fight in World War II.
Mhm.
And he comes back and he has a garage, and the garage is failing or whatever reason. His garage was legitimately seized by the IRS. He's down on his luck, but this guy is a supreme talent. And the one time he really got to show it, he got kind of screwed over by the bureaucracy one more time.
And then,
And then he
unfortunately,
dies.
dies a couple months later, which is fucked too. Because like if you look into it, like somebody else had already died testing out that car, and then he was testing out that car too, and obviously took his life, which is just terrible. And then his son was there the day that he died
Mm.
too, which is just awful.
Yeah. Yeah, it ends on a sort of a downer note. But the guy, I mean, he died doing what he loved doing, right?
James, do you
The
have
whole
any favorite scenes
7,000
from it,
RPM
or
speech.
I mean, the fight one is electric, and like I said, the rainy, and I liked. Obviously, you got screwed over with bureaucracy, like we are saying, but I liked how Ken ended up being like the supremely better person. It just was like, yeah, I'm not gonna be pissed at you, Shelby, and they just like kind of walked off, like gleefully talking about their next moves. That was nice because it would have been even more of a sour ending if Ken also felt like still like super robbed, even because he was, but he kind of was the bigger person there, which definitely was nice because I don't know anything about the story, so it's nice to see that he at least was like happy about it.
This is the film. This is what the film is about, right? You think it's about Ford versus Ferrari and racing and going, and it is. But like this film is really about the relationship between Carroll Shelby and Ken Miles, right? That is about their friendship, and that is the theme, right? Like he doesn't go for glory because he knows Carroll's getting pressed from top down, and it's not his choice. And Shelby asks him, he's like, "I've never been able to tell you what to do, so you go out there and do what you feel right." And it's just like that's what is really what is the happy ending, is that it's basically a brotherhood.
Yeah.
And right as soon as the race ends and the guy gets the glory, him and Damon are walking off to work on the next thing, and unfortunately, Ken just passes away. But that's what happens in racing a lot of the times is that sometimes drivers don't get out, and that's what the guy says. They are both doing what they do, love together, and it's a nice little positive spin on the negative aspects of the historical.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
imagine the ending if imagine how sour the ending would be if Ken just was, like, flipping out and then it immediately goes to him dying in the testing. Like, not he didn't,
Yeah,
like
like a little side scroll at the end being like, yeah, and Ken Miles passed away 2 months later or whatever.
yeah, it
Um,
was nice that he was okay with it because he was like, "Yeah, I don't need my name on there. Everyone knows I won, and it let's move on to the next thing."
yeah.
I also
Um,
love the scene when when they locked Lee Lee was it BB or whatever the fucking guy's name was,
yep.
and they
Yeah.
stuck him in the fucking office, and they stole Henry Ford and stuck him in the GT40, and like Carol drive him around, like
And then
he's like,
Henry Ford the second starts crying at the end.
yeah,
I actually thought that was a really great scene
yeah, it was hilarious.
for a guy who's like an asshole and maybe is historically an asshole, but Henry Ford the second, but like to have him like break down and cry and be like, I just wish my dad could have been here to see this, like. And he can't stop the tears. You think because one, he's a pussy, right? He's scared. It's because Damon pushed the car to the limit, but he's really just like, this is a masterpiece. We're in emerging times here. This is something beautiful. Nice stuff there. In terms of script writing. But yeah, anything else with the film? How would you rate it?
I mean, I give that like a 4.5 out of 10. I think that's like
Out
one
of
of my
10?
favorite movies I've
That's
watched.
failing.
Or out of 5, sorry.
Yeah.
The usual we do 4.5 out of 5. I mean, that's one of like my favorite movies. I've watched that movie like 3 or 4 times now. Like, I really enjoy that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it a 4. I feel like I'm not the target audience because I was never that into racing, but it's just an amazing movie overall. So, like, it doesn't hit me the same as, like, if I was a big time, like, racing or car junkie, but it's obviously amazing, so I still give it a 4, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think it's 4.5 out of 5. I don't know what would be stopping this film from being a 5. It's pretty fucking close to a 5 for me. Um, it's racing's not my bag either. But I do realize that this is a backdrop, and it is sort of a perfect backdrop for one of these action films, right? Like it's the stakes are automatically built in. You got high intensity because people are going fast. It just sort of works as a backdrop setting. What sets this film apart is the fucking story is awesome and it's incredibly well acted. The shots are beautiful. It works on every level. Um, yeah, so I think I have to give it a 4.5 out of 5. I'm trying to work out why I'm not giving it a 5, and I can't quite put my thumb on it.
But like you said, like it needed it needed a little bit more action. Like you needed to like up the action a little bit higher, like an F1 did
Yeah,
comparatively
yeah.
to this. And there were some parts that were a little bit drawn out in it too, like in the middle, like him like arguing with his wife, but then we never really got to flesh out that about him like racing but not racing, and then
Yeah, I couldn't quite understand why she was mad.
he lied to her about racing or something like that. But it was weird 'cause she was also pushing him to race too. Like earlier, she's
Yeah,
like, "You have to race," and he's like, "No, no, no, no." And then he went and raced, and she's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" It's like, "Well, what you told me to do. I don't know."
I think it's part well, she all cushioned it under, like, "Don't lie to me, you lied to me," and I think she
Yeah.
realized that, like, this man is not meant to do anything else but this. Like, him saying that he wants to stop doing this and slow it down and become an old fat man and just spend the rest of his time with his family is not who he is. And she knows that, and he had to do all this to figure it out, and that's why she probably felt lied to. Is like, this man is tied to one thing. That's what his calling is, and I don't want him to lie to me about it. Um, yeah. So if I had a, yeah, I can't put on. It's 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's damn
Uh,
near almost perfect to me.
give me some more John Bernthal. That might bump it up for me.
Yeah, Berthal's great in this. He's just, he's not dialing it up to 11 like Bernthal tends to do, which kind of maybe is not like I love seeing Bernthal go batshit, but this is a very reserved performance. Maybe
There's
it's
no way
accurate to
that
the
you
person.
can't make fucking Lee Iacocca go bad shit. Like his job is literally to be the go between the fucking the heads of the company and the racing team. So like he goes bad shit in either way, then it fucks the whole thing.
Yeah, so he's very reserved, and he's great in this movie. Like his little like when Shelby will say something smart to somebody, and it just pans to Bernthal being like, like a silent nod, like a this motherfucker. That's good stuff. Good stuff. So that's Ford versus Ferrari.
Jacob, what was your rating on that?
I
You
give it a
said 4.
4.
You gave it a 4?
We're all online basically. It's just it's a great film. You should definitely check it out. It's free on Amazon. Next month will be a truncated month. We're not doing 4 films. We're only going to do 3, and it is Champions Month because this month an NBA champion and a Stanley Cup champion will be crowned. So we're going to focus on that. We do have ideas for movies. Should we share them?
No, we should keep the
Well, we have to
last
share
2.
one.
We'll keep this week, and then the other 2 we'll roll them
We'll
out.
start. We'll start off in the first one. That's Miracle, right? Not to all the puck heads out there, the puck sluts. It could be guys and girls. Miracle will be the first film we're going to cover.
Just classic champion movie. Like when I think of movies about champions, that's the first thing that comes to my mind.
Yep, about the 1980 U.S. men's hockey team going to Lake Placid and beating the old pesky Ruskies USSR. And obviously the USA team has won gold this year, first time since that time, in the 80s. So
Shout out to
worthwhile.
the women's and men's team winning the gold in the same year in the Olympics. That's pretty impressive stuff.
Absolutely, except now I guess the other end is what, Canada? Canada's the USSR on that, but they're not really.
No, they're definitely not really.
Much happier to be playing
Not
against
compared
Canadians.
not compared to what the USSR was doing back in the day when we did beat them.
Yeah, no. So that Champions Month will be the month of June, and we're starting off with Miracle. The other 2 will be up in the air, but depending on how the finals go, so we'll see. Guys, anything else before we wrap this puppy?
Do you have any thoughts about the Arsenal championship or?
Tottenham didn't get relegated. What happened with Arsenal? Please elaborate for us.
I have no idea. I thought they went back to back after they traded Thierry, whatever.
Henry, who retired like 10 years ago.
Who am I thinking of? I don't know. I'm just fucking with you. I don't know. See if I can figure out any more questions for you.
I think listen, I used to be big into the EPL like 2 years ago when I bought my Man City jersey and all that. It's Arsenal is good. Like they won again, and they never have the biggest transfer budget or anything. So that's really cool to see. But I think this one was sort of marred by the fact that Tottenham was facing relegation. That was also the story. That was like the bigger story, is to have a team like Tottenham who is one of the highest transfer budgets, who is a, monumental team in the EPL, basically be sucking so bad that they're getting sent down. But they didn't. So good for Arsenal.
It's like if the Bulls could get relegated, basically.
Yeah, right. It'd be like, hey, the Knicks won the championship. That's great. First time since 73. A fantastic story. But like also the fucking trying to think like, yeah, the Bulls. I was going to say the Kings, but that Kings would be like if Leicester got sent down.
Yeah.
Kings would be expected.
Can't even give them that much credit. Leicester won the fucking EPL in like fucking 16. So it'd be like, yeah, if Middlesbrough got sent down. Anyhow.
Yeah,
that's it, baby. Not much to talk about, but it's been a pleasure, boys.
Let's go golfing, baby.
Maybe next time you hear from us, the champion will have been crowned.
Hopefully not, honestly.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a long series. We need more basketball.
Absolutely. Just I need as much hoops as I can get. Like now it's like the fucking Cookie Monster cookie dough meme and the spoon.
Yeah. Get Scott Foster out there, baby. We need some more hoops.
Yeah, the extender. All right. That's been the Banner Report. Peace out.
Love you guys. Let's go hoops.
Peace.
Bye, amigos.